I'm gonna get those other pieces. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope all is well with you guys. All is well with me. Shay, bye. Oh, bye. Thank you. So as you see from the title of the video, yes, all of that information is true. And how I got comfortable, or how my husband made me comfortable in the kitchen. In the kitchen, you guys. Yes, I was a 30-year-old virgin, but the other room is the other room topic. But how I got comfortable in the kitchen is because, like I told you guys before, if you don't know, I could not cook. You know? Thanks. I'm recording. Can we close the door, sir? Thank you. Real life. So, my story is, I could not cook. Grew up with my grandparents. My dad had a total of 9 girls. My twin sister and I were the youngest of that. My mom was married, had a boy, had a girl, and then had us twins. And we grew up with our grandparents, and we had 2 other cousins, but sisters, who lived with us. So we lived with our maternal grandparents, and it was 5 girls in the house. My brother is like 10 years older than us, so he wasn't ever really in the house with us. So it was all girls, 5 girls, and we were the youngest. And so as the youngest, you're always, told to go wash the dishes and go do this. So even and my grandmother of her family was the cook, and amongst her sisters and stuff like that, she was the cook, and she was amazing at it. There was one auntie who did the desserts, amazing desserts. One auntie who was the rich auntie. Everyone has that one, the rich auntie in the family, right? The rich auntie. My grandma was the eldest, and she was the cook. And then the other auntie who could make all the desserts. So what I'm making with now currently is making a taco salad. Right now, our refrigerator is full of food. We are thankful, but I don't like to waste. I don't like to waste food. And so we made pizza. That's on my video. The kids made pizza, and this is the leftover taco, or let's say ground turkey that was left. And so we have jollof rice that I cooked, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. Nonetheless, we have jollof rice. We have soup I made. I was feeling strong last week, so I made soup. My husband had made some pepper soup. So if you're married to a Nigerian man, taco salad is not dinner. So this is for me. The soup has corn and everything in it. The kids are going to eat that. And then later on, if they get hungry, whatever, there's jollof rice. Because I really want to make this pasta, but I'm not making anything else until this is cleared out. Okay, we're not wasting oil. So anyway, back to the confidence into the other room. So growing up, my grandmother always said 2 things were going to be my lot in life. My grandmother said I was going to be a nurse, which I vehemently refused. And she also said I wasn't ever going to get married. Her husband, my grandfather, said the same thing in regards to I wasn't ever going to get married. His reason is, my grandmother's reason was like, I'm just going to sit around and kind of like help people. That's what I was going to do, just help. I wasn't going to get married. I would probably just overconsume myself in helping others versus helping myself. My grandfather's reason for me not ever going to get married is because I can't cook. And don't know how the when the figureheads in your life put that on your head. Hey, but I thanks be to God. In college, I met this old Indian lady. Her son was like engineer, and they owned this Indian restaurant. So as a means for her to do something, not just be in the house all the time, because I think her husband also was a professor there. She would do these Indian cooking classes, and no lie, I thought I was gonna marry an Indian, right? My best friend was Indian. My friends were Indian. I loved Indian food. I loved Indian movies, just in case. But anyway, I took her class, and I would just kind of hang out with her because I've always was attracted to older people. I didn't think people in my generation, my age, could really teach me anything, which is really changing. These young people are innovative, and they know, like, I need to hang out with some young people so they can give me the what's up, right? But I always hung out with older people, like my great aunts, my dad's aunts. I didn't really care about hanging out with people my age because I'm like, y'all ain't been through nothing. Y'all can't teach me anything. And I would just ride around with my uncles and my aunties and just listen to them and, glean from them knowledge and stuff like that. And so I got hooked up with this older lady. We would go walking and everything like that, and she was like, don't worry, you're gonna get married. You're pretty enough. Don't worry. And I said, but I can't cook. And she's like, it's okay. You're pretty. You're gonna be fine. And so I'm like, okay. And so thanks be to God, we're going on 13 years. So how my husband made me comfortable in the kitchen, believe me, I was more, I guess, anxious about the kitchen than the other room, okay? There was some natural flowing of juices and berries in that part that I knew we were going to be able to work out eventually. And we will have that story for you guys when he decides to have that story for you guys about that part, being a 30-year-old virgin and not consummating our relationship until our wedding night. But that's for other stories. But getting comfortable in the kitchen, my baby, you don't ever want to tell that story? Whatever. You don't want to ever tell that story. But my advice to you, are you ready to eat? Okay, get you a bowl and get you a scooper. My advice to you is just get in there. Get in the kitchen. I was afraid of the kitchen. I mean, I could order out, I could wash a dish, but actually doing things in the kitchen, it was frightening to me. So my first bit of advice is just get in the kitchen. Even when it's simple things like this, I did not front with my husband. I didn't play with my husband. Before we got married, I cooked him all of one meal, and that was spaghetti because I was comfortable with spaghetti. I could cook me some spaghetti and some cornbread. You couldn't tell me I wasn't comfortable. So don't try to start off with this something elaborate. Start off with what you know. Start off with what you are comfortable with, okay? I know me being married to a Nigerian, I'm like, okay, I know he wants rice, he wants his stew, but stew is nothing but spaghetti sauce, y'all. That's all that is. Don't let them front with you. All it is tomato, onion, bell pepper. Come on now, what is that? That is just tomato sauce for spaghetti. Now, the seasonings are the different parts. This what they season with versus what we season with. That's the only difference. So don't let them say it's something different. It's the same. Okay. So anyway, start off, just number one, jump in the kitchen. Get in the kitchen. Number two, start off with something you know. I don't care if you are opening a Hot Pocket and putting it in the microwave. Get comfortable in the kitchen. I don't care if you're getting some minute rice, boiling a bag rice. Get in the kitchen. Practice making meals in the kitchen instead of doing takeout like I would always do. Go get you one of them lasagna, Stouffer's lasagnas, and make a meal out of that. put it in the oven. Make you a salad on the side. Start putting your hands onto little things. Even if people want to come for you and say, girl, that ain't cooking. I grew up with my grandparents. Everything was homemade. The biscuits were homemade. The bread homemade. The pies homemade. But baby, and now I think that's what kind of got me so apprehensive, because I'm like, I know what a real meal is supposed to look like. And then I'm married to a Nigerian. That's a whole nother culture. Get in the kitchen and do what's comfortable with you. Okay? Do what's comfortable with you and start off with, let's say you want Chipotle. Make your own Chipotle. Go get those Uncle John, I think it's John Souls. The meat's already done. Get that, put that in the skillet. Okay? It's already done. All you're doing is warming it up. Get you your own fajitas, tortillas, okay? Put them. That is how you start. And yes, people are going to come for you. Let them come. Let them come for you, sis. But that is the only way you're going to get comfortable, getting in the kitchen. Number 2, those meals that you usually order out, try to do them here at home, even if everything's in a box. I don't care if you're making hamburger helper. Let them come for you, baby. I didn't know how to boil water when I walked into my husband's house. I knew how to boil water, I'm not going to lie. But no lie, he taught me how to make rice. I didn't know how to make rice. I didn't. And it's not that I wasn't trained right. It was not that I was not raised right. I ran from that. I did my best to stay away from that kitchen and stay away from nursing. And baby, the thing I love to, what I do now is nursing, and I'm in this kitchen. Okay? It is what it is. Number 3, besides 1, get in the kitchen. Number 2, start translating those different meals that you usually will order out. Even if it's a hamburger, make your own hamburger. Number 2 is, just get in the kitchen. Number 2, start making things you're comfortable with. And don't worry about what other people say. Number 3, start looking up recipes. Back in the day, my grandparents, they had Betty Crocker and everything like that. We have YouTube. Hello, we have YouTube. Okay? It's not always going to work out. YouTube, what do you call it? Recipe.
Kind of like speeds it up.
Huh?
Kind of like speeds up the video.
What?
I'm making the food videos, they kind of like speed it up. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Tell little baby boy stay in his lane. Huh. YouTube videos aren't always going to be what you need. Like, for instance, when I first got married, I tried to make cow foot for my husband. I looked up a video for cow foot. I thought I used the instructions for cow foot, but it was not the cow foot my husband was accustomed to. It hurt my feelings. Yes, it hurt my feelings. Just making my cold brew. So, and then, so you're going to have to still kind of dibble and dabble with the different recipes, because every recipe, even if you like it, your husband may not like it, or your kids may not like it, or whatnot. But it's going to be trial and error, period. It's going to be trial and error. That's just what it's going to be. Excuse me 1 minute. Premier Protein. So it's going to be trial and error. Also, like for instance, when it comes to Nigerian cuisine, everyone who's Nigerian or African, they're not all from the same place, okay? So I noticed, let's say, 2 people I used to really follow I think her name was Yeti. I don't see her videos anymore, but she was awesome. She was the very first original person. The first time I tried jollof rice, I cooked it, and it was so good. I know my husband don't remember. I cooked it, they finished it, and I really wanted his auntie to try it to say, okay, I did it, right? You know? But then the next time I tried to make a sorrow, it was horrible. Some are going to work, some are not gonna work, and you have to just stay confident, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. My husband knows how to cook, and the worst thing to do is cook for a person who knows how to cook. Because they'll be like, oh, it's fine, but this. Especially when you're sensitive like me, try not to be too sensitive. Continue to try, and thank God for children. Okay, thank God for kids. You're going to build their palate. They're going to say what you're going to create what's good to them and what's not good to them. So try with your kids. Don't give up. Just don't give up. So even when it comes to Nigerian cuisine, like I said, there's some from the north, there's some from the east, there's some from the south, there's some from the west. I noticed when I cooked a certain, let's say a certain stew from this one auntie, I really liked it. That's the way I liked it, because when I was introduced to stew, it was more, I say, Igbo-ish. My husband's Yoruba. But then when I cooked with one auntie's food, Sissy Jemima, he really liked everything I cooked using her recipes. Okay? And so I realized when I want to cook something for him that I think he would like, but my husband doesn't like really leftovers. So to tell you the truth, I kind of cook according to what I like and what I know my kids will eat. And he'll eat it when he wants, and be okay with it, because you have kids, they'll have to eat what you cook. And don't be afraid. One thing about me is I always start, when I get confident, I start doing my own little thing. I know the spice level that we like in this house. Most people on these videos, they're not going to use as much spice as we like in our house. There's some people who are not going to use spice at all, but we're going to put a little Cameroon pepper in it. We're going to put a little bit more habanero in it. That's just what we do. I don't put a lot of salt per se in my food, but I do put things that have salt in it. The bouillon has salt in it. The Maggi has salt in it. So just because I'm not, when they say add salt, and you don't see me add salt, it doesn't mean there's not salt products or sodium products in my food. So that is pretty much it. How I got comfortable, my husband made me comfortable, is that he is a man who doesn't really like to eat out. This food right here, this is rubbish to him. But guess what's in there? There's some jollof rice in there. There's some F4 in there. My videos are on there, how I made that. And he made me comfortable by being the type of person, thankfully, who doesn't eat out a lot. Well, guess what? I had to get in this kitchen. When you have kids, you don't want them eating out of a paper bag every day. I didn't grow up eating out of a paper bag. I didn't want my kids doing that. So this is just the way, my husband made me comfortable in the kitchen. Okay. Get your minds off of the other stuff. You guys wanted to see how my husband made me comfortable in the other room. That's for more subscribers. Okay, I need more subscribers than this. Because you guys gotta really know that one. Okay, being a 30-year-old virgin. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to know the other story, how I got comfortable in the other room. Right, baby? Just let me know. All right. See you in the kitchen. Bye.